There is this undeniable fact that yes, I am Kumar Sanu's son, and that will not change how many fingers, no matter how many fingers you point at it. That people think I'm a product of nepotism or a nepo kid, which I am not, because if I was, I think I would be in every movie, every other album. I would have my songs, and I would have had all of the luxury and fame that any well-established singer of our time.
Hello everyone, welcome to peepingmoon.com. I'm Rashita Sahani and today I'll be chatting with Jan Kumar Sanu, who has just come out from the Bigg Boss 14 house after an amazing stint. So we'll be talking to him about his journey. Hi Jan, how have you been?
I've been amazing. How are all of y'all? I've just
Good.
joined the real world, so I need updates.
Yeah, everything's good. In fact, talking about your performance, it was a roller coaster ride, if I may say so, because when you entered, you were a little, submissive, but then you just came out and played it all. So how was your journey? You tell me.
My journey was amazing. It was a once in a lifetime experience for me.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of the best decisions I've taken in my life, because it's changed me, my journey in the Bigg Boss house, because life is very accelerated inside that house.
Yeah.
You have friends who become your friends like that, and then they are backstabbing you like that. You have relations changing every day. So I got to learn a lot through my journey. It was amazing, and given a chance, I'd do it again. I wouldn't mind doing it again.
That's great. But you tell me, when you were entering, there was this buzz that, Kumar Sanu's son is going inside the house, and there was a lot of debates that started even inside the house. But do you think those were necessary? Because you then revealed, of course, that, your entire thing is done by your mother, and you were actually not that involved with your father. So how was that?
Um, Yeah, so that's something that I'd gone actually for in the Bigg Boss house. I wanted to create my own identity. There is this undeniable fact that yes, I am Kumar Sanu's son, and that will not change how many fingers, no matter how many fingers you point at it. And I wanted to make my own name. I wanted to make my own presence felt to the people. I wanted people to know that there's someone called Jan Kumar Sanu, and this is how I can, this is how I am. And I think I achieved that goal regardless of how many fingers were raised at me. And honestly, I think you're talking about the entire nepotism topic, right?
Correct.
So I think Salman sir, the way he explained this entire thing to Rahul, I think it was something that the whole nation needed to hear, because I've been at the receiving end of this misconception that people think I'm a product of nepotism or a nepo kid, which I am not, because if I was, I think I would be in every movie, every other album. I would have my songs, and I would have had all of the luxury and fame that any well-established singer of our time like has or like enjoys.
Yeah.
But that's not been the case. I've actually tried to achieve whatever I can on my own and through my mom's blessings and everything. And as Salman sir said, if this was the case, then I would have been a big name by now, but I'm not. So I think he clarified on my behalf to the entire world that, yeah, I'm not an advocate, which is true.
Definitely, yeah. And what about your equation with Nikki? Because when you were inside the house, I actually got a chance to talk to your mother. And she was, back then, she was, praising your equation and bond. And she was actually thinking that you all are getting along pretty well. But in the end, the entire kissing thing that happened, the consent thing, and then when you got eliminated, we saw her crying and she actually admitted that she didn't treat you right. What was the entire fiasco about?
I think the equation with Nikki changed absolutely south when the entire incident with the whole kissing thing happened. We've always had our on and off fights right through day one. In the show, I think you guys must have seen it. We fought like every single day, and whatever it was, it sort of became irreparable after the entire whole Pinjra task and the kissing incident and everything that she had to say about me. and
Yeah.
false allegations and everything of that sort. I think it was a very down, deep and down dirty publicity stunt, or a maybe cheap parlor trick, which Nikki had to resort to, because the previous day Ali had become captain. She was breaking all the rules in the house. And
Yeah.
Ali, seeing the Pinjara, looked at Nikki and he's like, "Aap kal bahut so rahe the na." I think that got her all freaked out. And maybe she pulled this dirty card because she had nothing else to say and she wanted to divert the attention. I don't know. But overall, it was a very, very low thing to do. And that sort of changed my equation with her permanently. And, I think we all must have seen that we sort of drifted apart after that. I wouldn't
Correct.
enjoy her company. I wouldn't talk to her that much. And that sort of changed things for me, I think, forever. I don't think there is anything that she can say to me, because I've come outside and I've seen a lot of stuff that, has been said behind my back as well. And if you can take the friendship down to that level, I don't think you deserve me as a friend, because you've said it all on national television. You accused me on a false way. You've said things in a very, very wrong light. So
Yeah.
I don't think there'll be anything from my end anymore after this.
Okay, yeah, correct. And what about everyone calling you, Nikki's chamcha and giving words? And when Nishan got eliminated, I spoke to him. Even he was saying these things. Even though you took your stand like you did in the end, why was this name never, separated from yours?
Because as I've mentioned earlier in other, other interviews as well, um, something that you're tagged with in the beginning of the game, if there is a certain tag that you're associated with in the first week or the second, that tag will be with you till the end of the season, no matter what you do to change it. It's a social stigma within the house, amongst the housemates, and it sticks to you. And that's exactly what happened to me, actually. I was tagged as, someone who's influenced by Nikki. And during the game, there were a lot of decisions that I've taken independently, not even asking anybody about it. It's just that that's my opinion and my stand. But people have waved it away, saying that,
Yes.
Acha, this might be Nikki's influence and, Nikki's decision. Ye to Nikki ka. I think because I sit with someone or I share a healthy equation with someone, that doesn't make me the chamcha. I don't think that's right. And everyone in this house is preaching about how good friends should be, and how, you should be a good friend. I think none of them can compare to the friendship I had with Nikki at one point in time. We've been there for each other. We've done whatever we've had to do. And maybe it went south later on, but I feel that the housemates should at least look upon something like that, you know as an example, apart from me and Nikki, because they've all tried to, get these two poles apart. And yeah, finally Nikki did it herself. So that social stigma that stood with me in the first week came up till the, I think the fifth week. It carried into the fifth week, and then people started changing their perceptions about me, because I decided to speak up. So yeah, I think that was just tag that was wrongly given. I don't agree with that tag at all.
Okay, got it. Yeah. And what about you supporting Ejaz Khan in the box task that happened last week completely and, openly saying it, but then him getting out of the game? Do you think if he won and saved you, you would actually be inside the house today?
Um, the funny bit here is, now that I see it, it's very sad and funny, actually, more than sad, that this week they did not give the captain any chance to immunize anybody. So this was actually much ado about nothing, I feel, because I had this hope that, when the captain is given that responsibility, you can save a contestant from nominations. I thought that, yeah, maybe Ajaz Bhai should have put up a harder fight, because we at that point did not know that Big Boss was not going to ask us to, uh, give that power to anybody in that
No,
week.
but Kavita did get that chance.
No, but that was the next week. Exactly my point.
Acha, okay,
So
yeah.
this Friday,
That week,
yeah,
correct.
exactly. So that week, Kavita did not get that power. That week, the house was captainless.
Yeah.
So I thought that, maybe the Friday nominations or the Friday evictions, if someone's nominated, maybe the captain has got the power to, save them. That was all our hopes, actually. Everyone, even the housemates, and, whoever denies it is a liar, because
Mm-hmm.
I can openly call out, whatever was said and done. And everybody was playing their contestant for that particular, power, and that was immunity, because Jasmine was nominated. Kavita was nominated, Ijaz Bhai was nominated, and me, Nikki, and I think Rubina was nominated.
Yeah.
So I feel that everyone was fighting for the same power, and I felt very hurt because Ijaz Bhai gave up that easy. He's never given up that easy in any task that he's done. His over enthusiasm has been mistaken for aggression often. So I
Correct.
feel really hurt that if you had that chance, you could have saved me, because when nominations had come earlier, I did not think twice about giving up my photo frame. It was the actual one important
Yeah.
thing that gave me a lot of strength from inside, but I gave it up for him. I stood up when I had to for friendship, and I expected the same level of commitment at least from him. And I think Pavitra would have won that task,
Yeah.
because we all know that out of the three contestants, Pavitra was the hardest and the toughest. But he did not give her that chance. He pulled the box up, and I felt like, I felt really bad about it, because I would have put up a fight for him had it been me and not him. So yeah, I was a bit let down with the entire incident, and that's why we had this huge fight and this quarrel. But again, I don't keep stuff in my heart, so
Yeah. Okay. And you actually shared a brotherly bond with Ejaz as well. And you were inside the house, you saw it up close. What is his relationship or, bond with Pavitra? Because that keeps changing. They are fighting one day and then they are, there's this romantic vibe the other day.
so I am as confused as you. Trust me. Being inside the house, I can tell you this much:
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on between them. They have confused the entire house. I think Big Boss must be wondering behind his mic, like, what the hell is going on, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Because at one point we see them, they're so good together, they're so amazing. They have so much of love for each other in each other's eyes. And then the next moment they're fighting to the death, which is something I don't understand. And before going from the house, like before I got out of the house, the kind of equation that I saw with them in the last week was something that should have happened earlier, because they were on the same page finally.
Yeah.
If you go to see Ajaz Bhai and Pavitra's entire journey, first it was Pavitra who liked Ajaz Bhai. When Ajaz Bhai started reciprocating the feelings, Pavitra backed off. Then she came back into the equation, and Ajaz Bhai was already in love, so they had this close moment. And then again she backed off. I don't think they were on the same page ever in regards to the entire, relation that they had, whether it was friends, whether it was a crush or it was attraction, what they
Hmm.
never were on the same page. Finally, in the last week, they have been on the same page, and that is friendship. And I think if they can continue this, they can be a very deadly combination, and they can go way, way, way ahead into the game.
Correct. Yeah. Okay. Lastly, I just wanted to ask you that, when you were inside the entire Marathi thing that happened, your father gave a comment that was misunderstood later on about the upbringing part. Did you get a chance to come out and clarify that with him one on
I
one?
haven't got the chance to do anything as of now yet. I'll be very honest with you. I haven't. I've heard about a lot. I've heard from the, like, upar upar se maine suna hai about the entire thing, but I've not had the chance to see the videos personally, and
Yeah,
um, get to interact with dad, because I've also been busy since I've come.
definitely. Yeah.
So I'm gonna be taking my time out. I'm gonna be getting into this entire thing. I want to know both the sides to the story. So I will definitely have a word with him, and I think I can comment after that's done. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'll be good to say anything on this matter in a week or something, because I have to, of course, listen to what his side of the story is.
Definitely. Okay, so I just have a quick rapid fire of 5 questions. So you just have to answer who was the most clever person inside the house.
I think Ali,
Okay, most dumb.
I think Dam Abhinav,
Okay, the player.
the player. Oh, I think I would say that would be a Jazz Bhai,
Okay, the most mean contestant.
Jasmine,
Okay, and the most selfish person.
Nikki Tamboli.
We all know why. Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Jan, for talking to us. Wish you all the very best for your career.
Take care and be safe.
Yeah, take care. Bye bye.